giving. Let the word of Messiah dwell in you richly, teaching and admonishing one another in all wisdom, singing with pleasure in your hearts to the Master in psalms and songs of praise and spiritual songs. And whatever you do, in word or deed, do all in the name of Yahshua the Messiah, giving thanks to Elohim the Father through him. Now, if you're on your job, you ought to be entering to your job saying, I'm going on this job in the name of Yahshua the Messiah. I guarantee your day going to be a better day. Hallelujah. Whatever you do, that's what he said, right? When you sit down with your wife, do it in the name of Yahshua the Messiah. When you're with a friend, be in the name of Yahshua the Messiah. Whatever you do, chosen folks, do it in Yahshua's name. I got one more for you. John 15. Yohanan 15. And we're going to look at verse number 19. Because I want you to understand, when you're chosen, this is how they're going to feel about you. Verse number 19. If, y'all see that first word? If you were of the world would love its own. But because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, for that reason the world hates you. So I want you to be ready for a world that hates you. A world that the Messiah said in verse number 18, if the world hates you, what I want you to know is that it hated me before it hated you. So what was good for the master is good for the followers of the master. That's what's going to make you know you're on the right trail, the right path. Because folks are not going to want to be around you. Hello, somebody. So if you're looking to satisfy a popularity contest, you're in the wrong place. Because you're not going to win no popularity contest. Not with people that hate you. Not even with your own family members. Some of them going to hate you. Some of them going to mistreat you. Because you're going to stand up for the truth. Hallelujah, somebody. But because you are the chosen, I got 3 words for you. Get over it. Grow up. That word came through the ministry last night as Brother Gray was teaching. But I'm going to tell you this. Listen to this, and I'm going to close with this. For he himself gave apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers for the edifying of the body, for the work of the ministry, for the perfecting of the saints. Now, I'm going to stop right there, because the one I want to really talk about for a minute is the perfecting of the saints. That is telling us that what the ministry is supposed to do is cause people to grow up. That word perfecting of the saints means to mature them. So Paul said in 1 Corinthians 13, when I was a child, I acted as a child, I spoke as a child, I thought as a child. But when I became a man, when I became perfected is what he's saying, I cast away those childish things. Now, what we need to cast away is Christmas. preachers ought to stop letting Christmas be a part of their church. If it's for the children, then the rest of the grown folks ought to grow up. Stop buying Christmas trees. Because the child is not buying Christmas trees. Parents buying Christmas trees. Parents buying pumpkins to put in the yard right now. Getting ready for Satan's greatest day. And they're bringing that into the church now, talking about Holy Night or whatever. Come on, it's time to grow up. Put those childish things behind you. What we need to be doing is keeping the feast of the Most High. Those are the things he gave us to celebrate. Why have you put paganistic, worldly, evil things in place of Almighty Yahweh's word? It's time to grow up. People have got it said that Brother Isaac hate this one. Brother Isaac don't hate nobody. Brother Isaac just tell the truth. And my question is, have I become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Because that's all I'm doing is telling you the truth. Hallelujah. I invite you to come sit down with us and study. Those of you who listen in by radio or by TV or on the internet, I'm inviting you to write, call, send a letter, invite me over to come to your house, invite me to come to your church to share with you. And if you don't like what I say, just put me out. But I'll come to show you that I love you enough to come tell you the truth. Brothers and sisters, I can't make no better offer than that. So if you hate me, I'm going to tell you like this. You hate me without a cause. And if you hate me without a cause, you need to read Matthew 5. Where he said, if you hate a brother without a cause, you murdered him. So you don't have a cause to hate me. I love everybody. And that's why this message goes out for free. You don't have to pay to hear the messages given from heaven. So may Yah bless you. I'm going to say this. There was a woman in the scriptures that loved him so much until she went in a room and got a very precious box of ointment. You know why she did that? You know why she was chosen? Way before the foundation of the world, she was chosen to have that precious box of ointment. She was chosen to anoint the Messiah for his burial. Hallelujah. And he told them that. But did they listen? No. The women was headed to the tomb to go anoint his body after he was buried. But when they got there, he wasn't there. Why? Because the anointing already took place. So he told us to remember that woman. Every time we preach this good news, tell somebody about that woman. To make it a memorial unto her. I've done that, executed that, and I thank the Father for that. Let me say this once again. I thank my nephew, Ken. If y'all haven't met him, I pray that you will introduce yourself to him. I pray that you will let him get to the food first. He's our guest today. That's right. Let him go first. Praise the Father's name. Hallelujah. We're glad that he's here with us. And the next one I see coming in the door with him, I pray, will be my niece. Praise Yah. But I'm going to tell you this. When a husband leaves, the wife will follow. Just take that under consideration. I'm also glad to see Brother Eric and his bride. Hallelujah. Praise him. And I want to see more and more so the Father can richly bless you all. I'm sure He already blessing you, but He's going to bless you some more because you're chosen. Hallelujah. When I first met that dude, I said to myself, this dude here cut up. I can't handle this dude's big. But he done lost a little weight. Me and him might wrestle now. But I thank the Father for him and Elnora, his wife, and we just give the Father much praise. So you were on our lips, and then all of a sudden we see you, so we know that's Yah. That's Yah. Praise Him. Glad to see Brother Benjamin here today, but we can't treat you as a guest no more. You done been in the woods. Hallelujah. Thank the Father for him. So I thank the Father for all of you, for all that you participated in this message, for how you participated in the praise. The Father is going to bless us immensely, even more. Hallelujah. Abundantly. Hallelujah. So we thank the Father. But I'm going to ask you this. If anyone desire prayer, because you know you're the chosen vessel,